Palantir held its annual meeting of shareholders on June 7th of 2022. And in this meeting, much like the meeting of last year in 2021, it was a very short meeting with just a couple points to vote on, be that appointing the directors, reaffirming the accounting firm, and a couple other points as well, as I had talked about in a previous video. But I was actually unable to attend the meeting, which was just virtual and no in-person option. Hopefully they add that sometime into the future. But looking back on the recording, I saw that Palantir actually held a Q&A section for which they accepted questions from shareholders. Seems like no one really covered this, so I wanted to broadcast these questions and answers. There's just a few of them, but it's always great to hear more from Shyam Sankar on the operations of the business. So here they are. It's just a few minutes. Enjoy.
Today we'll be focusing our Q&A on questions related to product and our strategy. Joining me today is Shyam Sankar, our Chief Operating Officer, to help answer a few questions. We look forward to engaging with stockholders on other topics in future earnings calls and via investor outreach events. Shyam, our first question is, what specific steps has Palantir taken in both the government and commercial fields to help market your product and differentiate it?
It all starts with product innovation and our unique approach to it. We're there on the front lines, working with our customers and our users to understand what they need today. And then we use that to uniquely define the capabilities they're going to need tomorrow and in the next decade to power U.S. and allied defense. Products like Meta Constellation, Nexus Peering, Gaia, Edge AI, or with Space Force, Kobayashi Maru Software Factory, they have built and deployed over 13 operationally accepted applications on top of Foundry in months while sunsetting $100 million plus in legacy programs. These successes, they generate interest from adjacent programs and against emerging projects. And we have success here because we're focused on our customers, we're focused on their programs and how to deliver crushing success the first time, every time. In commercial, Foundry is the next generation of application development infrastructure. Foundry is a wonderfully opinionated platform. It's exactly what you need in a period of extreme uncertainty, delivering through software-defined data integration, native multi-tenant applications, our operational programmer interfaces, version pipelines, and so much more, all on day one. And Apollo, fundamentally changing how software is deployed, allowing our customers to autonomously deploy software across the heterogeneous environments to power market access and their own innovation cycles. And it's working. Customer acquisition has been accelerating over the last several quarters. We added 40 net new customers in Q1, and we signed a Fortune 100 customer in April of over $150 million.
Great, thanks, Shyam. Our next question is, given the shifting macroeconomic and geopolitical landscape, how are you conveying to potential customers that your product can help them in this moment?
Look, the current situation is as real as it gets. Runaway inflation, war in Europe, refugee crisis, internal divisions. We are seeing the evisceration of a 40-year-old consensus here, one that was reflected not only in geopolitics and the macroeconomic assumptions, but also is reflected in software. 40 years of building software that assumed the world was getting more stable, where efficiency mattered more than resiliency, where planning mattered more than one's dynamic response to emergent situations. We built Palantir for the world as it exists today. And our customers, they're facing disrupted supply chains, the refugee crisis, these brutal economic shocks, inflation, making our products more essential than ever. Customers are staring their existing investments in the face, marking to market where they need to do more to manage in the current situation. Customers know that they need AI that moves faster than the pace of the disruption that's coming at them. And Foundry was built for this. And it's resonating with customers and prospects more than ever. And in more ways than ever, in the line of business, in IT, across partners in their ecosystem, where now IT really sees how this fits elegantly into their existing architecture and increases the speed and resiliency of their solutions. And in government, world events have accelerated our opportunity both domestically and with allies in Western and Northern Europe. We recently were awarded a large framework agreement with Germany to work with federal and state agencies there. Our healthcare business continues to grow, including with the NHS in England. Allies are increasing defense spending, and they're going to leverage innovative products that we've been delivering, that we've been building in the current crisis and in future prevention of crises to come. It's very clear that the incremental fighter plane or the incremental tank, that's not your deterrent. but your integrated all-domain defense operating system, that absolutely is. And in commercial, from supply chains to manufacturing operations, from quality to enterprise profitability, our modular offerings are enabling rapid adoption and delivery against our customers' pressing problems.
Thanks, Rodney and Sham. This concludes the Q&A. Thank you for joining today's meeting.